All right, now let's go on to working with type in our document. Let's start out with this cover. Maybe you don't like any of that stuff. So I'm going to go in pages to page 1. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, zoom out on page 1. If I want to get text up here, I'm going to hit the letter T for the type tool, and then I'll click and drag, and I could have my boxes span from the left to right of the column, for the left to right of 2 columns, or 3 or 4. Because this is the cover and type needs to be really big, I'll probably span all 4 columns. And I could type something like R260 portfolio. And then I need to choose correct typeface. You could use this drag down if you're in workspace typography. You'll have this tool at the top. If you don't, you can just hit Command T, and that will bring up the character palette like this, and you could choose your character palette. I think I was working in EXO as my choice there. And you want to change the size, you just come here. 250 is gigantic. I don't know why I did that. 150, okay, that's plenty big. Okay, if you want to separate these, you can. In other words, you can. It's okay to have more than one text box per page. Either you could draw a new text box by hitting the letter T, clicking and dragging, and then pasting the word portfolio in there. Or you could grab this by holding down Command and then starting to move it, then holding Option, then holding Shift. Shift lines it up perfectly, see that? And then you let go, and then I can highlight and paste. So that's another way to do it. I would differentiate these. I would ask myself what's more important, and right now I probably think that, the word portfolio is important to me. So I don't want the words with gigantic gaps in between them, so I'll try to move them up. And I'm using Shift there and Command to give myself an arrow. And then I'd probably put your name here. I probably wouldn't make it too big, Alright. And then, of course, if I click on that, it'll go to the most recent ones at the top that I've chosen. EXO is one of them. Regular, okay, that's fine. You probably want it big. Okay, 20. That's probably fine. Okay, if you want a preview, again, you gotta make sure you're not in a type box, and then you can hit W. Or, alternatively, make sure you're not in a type box, and you can hit Shift W. And you can see the full screen. And say, oh, okay, I wanted that up higher and stuff. So now I'll hit Escape, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to tighten this up. All right. The whole thing looks kind of high in the sky, so I'll put it right there. Okay. All right. So that's how it'd work with type in InDesign. For the most part, I've already drawn these sections of boxes for you. So what you can do is say, oh, I like these boxes right here. I'm going to copy them. I'm going to come here, and there's a nice tool called Paste in Place. The key command is ridiculous. Command Option Shift B. But there you go. Now you can just say, oh, that's going to be Project 2, and Project 2. What was it? I don't know. I know it's not currency, but that's all that comes to my mind right now. So, and then you can write your currency in, and then you keep going. And what's nice about it being in place is the type is already lined up to the grid, or the type boxes. Oh, this one's not. Okay, I have to fix that. I should fix that here. It's going to be wrong in the template, sorry. And then you can just keep on going. So that's how I'd work with type, by highlighting what you want to change and retyping it, or using the character palette to change the typeface and the weight, size, etc. Okay, so that will be end of video 2.